friends, I am the Dungeon Tutor. Welcome. Today we're going to answer another question from RPGaDay. Yes, we are. Today is the 28th day of August, running out. Today's question is, what is the scariest game you have played? Now, you're going to hear all kinds of people listing games like Call of Cthulhu, maybe, Trail of Cthulhu, Beyond the Supernatural, maybe. There's a lot of really good ones out there. Aliens actually has Panic and stuff like that. Being flooded in by a pack of xenomorphs knowing your character's going to die can be pretty scary. But you're playing Aliens. You kind of are braced against that to a certain extent. I will say, since it's asking for personal experience, my scariest game I've ever played was Shadowrun. Now, you can stop laughing. Stop laughing right now. I'll explain. In Shadowrun, I've made some pretty decent characters that I played with a bit, and I got to really love the world and love my character's place in the world. There has seldom been opportunities to really make me scared about what was going on with my character. And honestly, with some of the themes of transhumanism and stuff, and the idea of your body getting, jacked and bad things happening against your will and stuff like that, there were some times where I played and I was genuinely frightened for my character. I actually was feeling tense and edgy because the game brought me to that point. It does address some pretty serious themes, and the bad guys are really bad and really big guns that they have, and just, it was some pretty tense moments, I'll tell you. Shadowrun gave me some of the best that I've had. I would follow that up with Vampire the Masquerade. And you're a monster yourself, but the fear of losing control and becoming a terrible monster really is a significant part of that game experience for the people who choose to play it with straight up. And my very first time playing it, I was legitimately scared about what my character could do. But yet I was still dragged in front of this society of wicked creatures, these vampires, the kindred, and I was forced to have a place in it and kowtow to the prince and know my role and shut my mouth and just be a productive vampire living your best vampire life you can under the circumstances. But I had a character with a cardinal sin. One of those things that any experienced gamer would tell you, never make a character with this particular flaw. And I did. I had a ward. He had a daughter. And even though he's a vampire, he had a living daughter that he loved, that he cared for, and who, of course, got kidnapped by the frickin' Sabbat and leveraged against him, which put me in probably the most dramatic, stressful situation I've ever been in. It didn't go well, I'm sad to say. My character played it straight up, was ready to do whatever I could, but I was outmatched because I got no help from my comrades and didn't know enough about the world to possibly do some things to try to circumvent the outcome. But yeah, it was... My character went to the meetup with the Sabbat without any of the help from his pack, because his pack is complete garbage. His coterie was a Nosferatu who was never seen. You can only smell him from time to time. And Malkavian, who was completely ineffectual and didn't go with me either. Went to the meetup where the daughter was with a gun that I had purchased with the idea if they were threatening to do something terrible to her, I was going to shoot her if I had to. It wasn't for fighting the vampires, because I figured guns were pointless, but I would free her from having to go through that. That didn't work out, because they just bum rushed me and took me out, and that was it. Sure, they Diablerized my character. That's kind of what they do. But yeah, that was my introduction to Vampire, and it was pretty potent. My next experience with Vampire was trying to run it, and I had one failed attempt to run it. And then I ran a Chronicle through the ages, starting at the end of the first Crusades, went all the way up to modern day, and I decided I was going to get rid of the horror aspect and instead just have them go up against scarier and scarier stuff. It was exciting for what it was, but it didn't have the same feel. But I was okay with that. I knew what I was getting into, and it was a good game. But that first experience with Vampire was the most memorable, truly shocking moment that I've had. And with the Shadowrun one following it up. I've done Ravenloft for Dungeons & Dragons. Barely registered. Didn't have that much of an impact. Part of it was Game Master, just didn't do horror very well, and the other one was you're playing D&D. Your character's a bag of hit points with abilities and stuff. You're pretty competent against most things, and if it's more than you can do, you try to run away as best you can. What's the horror? Not a lot. So, those were my experiences, though, and you're welcome to them. Thank you for joining me. I am the Dungeon Tutor, and I'm glad that you were here. If you like this well enough to like and subscribe, I appreciate it. And I'll continue to make videos for you. If you know somebody else who has a hard time clutching horror, I'm going to be working on horror in terms of talking about it, how to do it effectively, through experiences that I've had, and also from things that I've learned along the way. And maybe that could be useful to you as well. But I hope that you come to see some more of my videos, because I got a couple more this month, and then I'll be doing more videos. So between then, that next video, and now, I hope that you, yes, you, get a chance to roll some dice, to play some games, to have some fun, to stay safe out there, my friends. Until next time, farewell.